Hi guys, so I'm sure you all want some updates on ETH. Obviously we had this beautiful pattern form around 3500. If you don't know, we've been calling out 3500 for a very, very long time. We have this inefficiency back here. I won't get into what inefficiency is right now, but as you can see, it's just very like heavy selling with no buying on either side. That's the basic definition of inefficiency. So within this inefficiency, we have this 3500 level, which I thought would be a great point to look for a reversal from. We had the price action approaching the 3500 level was extremely, extremely strong, like way over the top, fucking crazy strong. Which obviously isn't what you want for sustainable price action. You want some nice big retracements. And as we came to approach the 3500 level, we got this massive pump of money. I'm not sure, this must have been some sort of news catalyst or something, but whenever you have this huge pump, there's going to be a nice dump on the other side. And you can see that happen, a nice little pump, then a dump down to that 3200 level to form a low before coming to test the 3500 level. So we formed this left shoulder, but at the time, you would just see this as, if you replay it, just see it as a distribution. Obviously, we just saw this as a distribution. Maybe a spring would be nice, but simple distribution. And then we came up to the 3500 level, and we formed another distribution, and we crumbled away from it, which is looked to me like we were starting to form a left shoulder head and a right shoulder. And the reason that I really like this is because when you look at a reversal pattern, it's nice to see reversal schematics. And this right here, if we pull this up on the 5-minute time frame, it might be good to even get an image of this so people can see it. Wyckoff sell schematic. There we go. Look form of the spring. That's a buy side. Up thrust after distribution, not spring. Okay, yeah, whatever. Fucking annoying terminology. Man, people that trade Wyckoff, they're so fucking nerdy, man. Stupid little words and letters when you can understand it. It does not need to be this complicated, by the way. These people just love fucking. I'm sorry, I'm getting into some trader beef. Basically, it is beautiful. This is a Wyckoff schematic. You have a beautiful distribution, up thrust after distribution. So this is basically the spring. It's just release liquidity. And then you have the movement away. And as you can see on ETH, if we go into the 5-minute time frame here, not the whole region, just looking at specifically this bit here, it's a really, really nice Wyckoff schematic. You have a beautiful little push downwards, you have that up thrust, you have another move downwards to break the low, and then you have the up thrust after distribution, taking out this high here. And this just releases all the liquidity. Basically, when you're moving sideways, there's liquidity on either side. There's people selling, and their stops are here, people buying, and their stops are here. So before you sell off, you release all the people, everyone in sells, you basically hit their stop losses, get them out of their trades, and then just turn it on them. If you have a lot of money, this is super beneficial for you because you basically release a load of blood into the water here, and everyone knows you buy when there's blood in the water because it's better for slippage, it's better for entries, it's just better for order health. The quality of life of your order just works better if you buy into something like this. So that's what's been done here. And you see this like extremely often on a reversal. The fact that we had this beautiful candle up here, this beautiful high, and we didn't take it, just made me extremely bearish. So if we just pull this out, we can see we formed this right shoulder. We were talking about this right shoulder as soon as we broke the low. So if we form a right shoulder, it's really, really, really bearish on Ethereum. And then we had, I drew this red line out just below 30,000 because I thought probably this is where we would go if we went downwards. And we literally came down and just fucking... Obviously, it's very luck based, but we came down and literally touched the low of the arrow and then rejected away. So the trades, what the trade ideas I'm looking for right now, the first trade idea, if we put out the fixed range indicator, if you don't have TradingView Premium and you want to learn how to trade, follow someone like, I don't know, your MentFXs, your George Mortimers. So this guy, MentFX, he's great. He's really helpful to teach you how to trade with these indicators. ICT is another good one. This is the OG, and he's actually released his mentorship completely free to the public. I think it's definitely worth watching ICT. He's fucking boring. He's so boring. He's so fucking boring. I won't even lie. But he's the one that brought everything that I trade, all the concepts that I trade. I mean, Wyckoff's been around for ages, but most of the institutional stuff, the order blocks, the distributions, the expansions, that's all him. He sort of was the godfather of all of that. So that means there's merit in watching him, but fuck is he boring, Jesus Christ. And then also you've got people like George Mortimer. These guys are the boys I used to work for back in London. They're really, really, really good. They have a fund now, so you can go look at their fund and everything. And the other person I'd recommend is probably Pits of Persia. Pits of Persia is pretty banging, to be fair. This guy as well, he's got So he basically does every single strategy. So if you want to find a strategy, you can go watch him. If you do want to learn these methods, definitely have a look at these guys, or you can watch me and try and absorb as much as you can. But as far as trade ideas go, we have this fixed range tool. The reason we like this is we look for points of volume. If you want to take a sell, you don't fucking take a sell here, and you don't take a sell here. You don't take a sell where there's just like heavy selling, inefficient selling. You take a sell where there's a lot of volume, and this sideways movement is a lot of volume. There's a lot of buying and a lot of selling, and you will get a lot of reactions from that. So to put out the fixed range volume, it hits around about here. So we can draw this zone out, and we know we have this low. We have the 3200 level, which is a psychological level. If you don't know psychological levels, again, got that from Inner Circle Trader as well. If you see me use this tool here, just a little bit more ICT shilling because he literally taught me everything. If you see this tool here, the 705, that's all him. He brought that. It's called the OTE. That's what he calls it. But anyway, you have this low here. You have the 3200 psych level. What is the psychological level? The 0, 2, 5, 8, and 0 numbers are psychological levels. Traders will just look at these levels, and in their head, they'll think it'd be a nice place to put an order in. So the 3200 level, like 3500 is another one of those examples, and you can see how it just sticks around that level. So you have the 3200 level, you have this low, and you also have the fixed range volume all within this zone. So if you are a seller, this is just a nice point to look for sells. And you don't have to be a seller, you have to actually look at the behavior within this range. So when we do hit this zone, it's not just like, okay, let's place a sell. I mean, it's not a bad idea, like it might work. Maybe like stop losses up here or something. It's not a bad idea, it's not a bad trade. Completely makes sense. But if you want to be a very good trader, you wait till it hits here. You sit on the 1 minute time frame like a nerd, and you literally just like see, okay, who's winning in this zone. Like this is like the battleground. Think of it like the battleground. Who's winning? The buyers or the sellers? If the buyers are winning and they're pushing price up past these levels here, it's very obvious that the buyers are winning. Then you can then take a very high conviction trade that we're going to move from this zone all the way up to this zone, sort of like 10% gains. And if the sellers are winning, they're bashing buyers away. They're not letting the buyers, come into this sort of area of the zone. The buyers are, if they are in this area of the zone, they're getting like knocked away very quickly. A lots of like upside wicks and stuff like that. Then you know that the sellers are winning, and then you can take a trade with high conviction. If we do move through this zone, I mean, I'm fucking so certain that we're not going to go on a bull run straight after this. I believe we're still in a bear market, and this has proven it. And this is just a little bit of bullish optimism. So if you do take a buy trade, just know that it will likely be very short-lived, as we are likely going to go quite bearish to the downside. I do believe, sort of hitting these levels here. I've been waiting to hit these levels for a very long time, and it looks like now we are actually going to come down there. So you do want to be definitely looking to get into sells. But yeah, hope that was helpful, help map out the Ethereum markets a little bit better, and I'll catch you in the next one.